Hey buddy, this is Steven. You could call myself the Key Game. We're back with Danganronpa the Beating Harmony. Oh boy, the balls had literally just dropped. Not literally, but oh boy. You see, Maki, like, she was the third party who tried to break into the hangar. I know that the fact that she tried to save Kaito, and I know the fact that she was trying to kill Kokichi at the moment. And it was like, oh god, you just used... Why would you do that? I really want to know what really happened, like, when she was in the hangar. Like, what she kept hiding from us exactly. Like, I had a feeling that'd be around the time, like, it has to be around the point when Himiko handed Kaito the crossbow, right? Maki will be not around here as well. Like, if she saw Himiko do something with it, she would have just asked. But, I don't know. Maybe it has something to do, but even a nighttime occurred, but I don't think it did not happen affecting at that point for, everything will be all closed, except for the hangar part. Really strange that, like, why is it so, like, keep open up, and I know the fact that, like, she's gonna bring something what you need, like, I need a crossbow, and I gotta use a electric hammer to try to take one of those exosols down, so I can get in it, so in order to get inside the hangar. Because that's the only way I had to get inside of it. So, that's all what we're supposed to have, so... Well, we're gonna have to see with the full story what Maki's going to say. And then it's just like we're in the moment now. But it won't matter. Unless it took them a long time to deal with this kind of situation to deal with.
Well now.
And sadly to say the least, Monokuma is the only one who's here. There's no one else here, so. And then the Monokuma and Cubs Theater segment began. But because the Monokuma was destroyed, this segment was no longer possible. And so, the curtain quickly fell. Sure, that's a small bitch. That we have it because Monaco's already dead already. You're the one who killed him. Obviously. Okay, straight to it then.
The flashback light became the motive. When Kokichi remembered that he was a remnant of despair, I planned to kill him.
Ah, I see. The flashback light. I mean, we did use all of us together, except for Kaito Kokichi were not here on time. Because they remember about Host Peak Academy, and about Junko and Shima, Event of Despair. I get it. That flashback like gave us a motive. We're trying to stop Kokichi because they think he's the mastermind. And he was part of the Event of Despair, which, frankly, that is how it goes, if it's a word true or not. I mean, if Kokichi was the Event of Despair, he would have just remembered that.
I thought that if I killed him, this game, and the battle between hope and despair, would end.
Would that mean that you will become a blackened as well? That you will end up being punished?
I was confident in my talent as an assassin. I knew I would be able to do it.
We've tried to end this killing game before, but...
More naive.
Huh?
Why?
That's what I thought. I knew Kokichi would take advantage of my naivete, simply because it's him.
Why makes you say that?
Maki totally gets me!
You don't know.
That's why. I needed to settle it myself. I took the poison arrows and the crossbow.
But why bring two specifically? I mean, you could just bring one for Kokichi at one point. So then, strangely, Kokichi have two holes in one of the clothes, and Kaito have one hole in it. I mean, in fact, Kaito is the one who had the crossbow in his possession. He brings one arrow. He's not planning to kill Kokichi. He was trying to, I think he's trying to stop Kokichi, but he planned to do something with it. So, I don't know. That's what I was thinking.
And broke into the hangar with an exisal. But when I entered the hangar, I saw something I never expected.
That is...
Kaito and Kokichi were fighting each other.
Ah, I see. And Kaito is the one who shot Kokichi's arm then, huh?
Kokichi was shot in the arm with a crossbow arrow. Probably by Kaito when he fought back.
Yeah.
Both of them stopped and looked at the exisal, most likely surprised by its sudden appearance.
Yeah, those two were like, what the heck was that?
Kokichi immediately took out his remote and attempted to control the exisal I was in.
Oh, that's why you had to bring the crossbow gun.
I jumped out of the exisal before he could, and shot Kokichi in the back with an arrow.
Oh, no. Does that mean that one last arrow you still have with you? Is it Kaito's? He does have a hole with it, but doesn't that mean that those two will get poisoned?
That should have been enough to stop him, since the arrow was coated with poison.
The Strike 9 poison, correct? But why pick that particular poison?
Yeah, if it's a small amount of body will result in certain death. Like, it surely make instant death for if the poison spreads out.
Some of the poisons in my lab were far more lethal.
I wanted Kokichi to confess his true intentions before he died.
Really?
And find out why he was always lying and trying to confuse us.
What do you mean?
If he was the mastermind, it would have been easier for him to hide in the shadows, right?
If he was the mastermind after all, in front of the beginning of it, he would.
He could have made it seem as if the late Junko was secretly behind this killing game. That way, he could reveal himself as the surprise mastermind to liven up the game.
Yeah, that would have been around the time during the final chapter to reveal who is the mastermind after all. But not right now at the moment.
Because of his suspicious actions, anyone would already suspect him as the mastermind. Especially with that message in the courtyard.
And it said, "This world is mine, Kokichi Oma." They may think he's the one who wrote that.
Kokichi said it was a hint, but was it necessary for him to go out of his way just for a hint?
As a remnant of despair, I imagine he wanted to feel the despair of his plan being thwarted.
I think that if he wanted the thrill, he would have carried out the plan carefully. So when his carefully laid out plan goes to waste, he would be in utter despair.
Just like how Junko was.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Maki must have wanted to hear it directly from Kokichi himself.
But it was pointless. I was a fool for thinking I could have a serious talk with him.
What would you do? Oh God.
Talking about remnants of despair? What's that?
Even Kokichi doesn't remember Remnant of Despair as well. So, even if I think he did say Junko, and he didn't say hope, despair. I mean, the fact is, it's because of flashback light. I mean, that's the only way how we start to remember it. And I expect the flashback light make us be motivated. I mean, that's because there's a motive.
I don't understand anything you're saying. Anyway, why are you starting up the killing game when it should have ended? You already know it's all meaningless, and that I'm the mastermind.
Even still, it's still the count.
Do you like killing that much?
Shut up, you asshole!
Oh jeez, that look on her face. Like she took this serious on a whole new level.
I realized it was pointless to continue the conversation, so I shot the final arrow.
That one point, what did it kind of do?
But then,
Knew it. Kaito trying to shield Kokichi, but why? Why would he do that? And now the fact is that those two got poison around them. The one thing for sure is their antidote bottle was inside the bathroom. I'm not sure, like, it just take a little bit of it, but I want to know who took the antidote then. I mean, I know the fact is Monkey might know the antidote, so he just like returned back to the lab and trying to give it to Kaito or something. But I don't know. It's something strange. I don't know what it is anymore. It's like this whole plot thing changes around.
what?
Kaito protected Kokichi?
Which is, that's the stupidest thing of all, but why Kaito would do it?
Why? Why would Kaito protect Kokichi?
At that moment, my mind went blank. I knew I had to do something about the poison.
Oh, this would be like a 50% chance of who get the antidote to. Is
I
it?
rushed to Shuichi's research lab for the antidote.
But his lab to the hangar, it'll take a long time to get it. Even depending on the poison spread for long, isn't it?
So you didn't have the antidote with you at the time?
I used Strike 9 poison to torture Kokichi for info, but I planned to kill him from the start.
Yeah, I didn't expect this gonna happen, but it didn't work out in the end.
That's so mean!
But that was my first mistake. Because of that,
You left the hangar to try and get the antidote, and that's when Kokichi trying to shut the door, is it?
You what?
I ended up killing Kaito. When I returned with the antidote, the hangar shutter had been closed.
Which is shouldn't done in the first place.
I assumed it was Kokichi's doing. But because of that, I couldn't enter the hangar anymore.
Well, that's the sad part of it. It's like you can't use the electric thing anymore.
I needed to give Kaito the antidote somehow, so I went to the bathroom window.
I mean, that's the only logical if Kaito would be like get thrown away into the bathroom once again.
Kaito, can you hear me? Quick, drink this antidote! After calling out to him, I chucked the antidote through the bathroom window.
Like toss it?
Kaito noticed it and grabbed the antidote. But Kokichi stole it from him.
Oh jeez, even if this poison's still spreading, how are you able to handle it?
Sorry, but I can't die here. Since I'm the mastermind of this killing game.
Wait! There's only one antidote!
Oh, you don't have to worry about Kaito. He fulfilled his dream, right?
What?
He already went to space.
Damn it!
You just chucked the bottle, all of it?
Stop!
But the bottle is still shut, isn't it?
Phew, I feel so much better. I guess that's a wrap. Or maybe not. Because now another class trial is going to start.
Last trial?
Now you might thinking Kaito's dead. Am I getting she's the culprit?
You'll be the Blackened for this case, you know. The Blackened who killed Kaito.
I killed...
Shut it! Screw the class trials. Like hell am I gonna let you have your way?
Kaito! Why did you protect Kokichi? If you didn't help him, then...
I couldn't help it. Even if it's Kokichi, I can't have you kill anybody.
But you end up being dead by the poison.
What?
Aww, Kaito wasn't protecting me. He was protecting Maki. The situation just got way worse, huh? Maki is gonna become the Blackened responsible for killing you. All because you protected me!
So don't you worry, Makiro. I'm not gonna die that easily.
Yeah, right. Even the point is still happening.
Just leave it to me. I'll put an end to this killing game.
You're still full of energy, even like that. You really are not boring.
Sounds familiar, and I know of.
What?
I want to see what a dying Kaito can do. So, show me what you've got. I won't meddle with your plans.
What are you...
Don't mind me. Run, Makiro. Just hurry up and run. Run. And live. You gotta live.
But I refused to give up.
And what were you trying to do after that?
I tried to enter the hangar by breaking the control panel with my knife.
Oh, so that scratch mark from the control panel is your doing then. But it still didn't work.
In the end, I couldn't.
So that's where the marks in the control panel came from, huh?
Yeah, we didn't know it at first when we were trying to first enter it.
After that, I returned to the bathroom window once more, but I didn't see anyone.
That must be the moment when they think if Kokichi's put Kaito into the press and that crushed it, which that proves the video footage.
The bathroom door was closed. I called out, but neither Kaito nor Kokichi answered. I couldn't do anything anymore. All I could do was leave. That's when I made up my mind.
And that is...
As the Blackened who killed Kaito, I would kill Kokichi during this class trial. In exchange for all of your lives.
So that's what it means for sacrifice.
So that's what happened.
Then Kokichi, knowing what he knew, still helped Maki cover up her crime?
Was that why you smushed Kaito in the hydraulic press?
Kaito wanted Maki to be spotless. As his friend, I felt obliged to help him.
Really? That does sound like it.
How dare you make fun of him!
Oh god, and she brought out the knife again.
You call yourself a friend? You enjoyed watching us suffer! You fucking asshole!
Oh god.
Ooh, Maki is so scary. Good thing I'm in this exosol.
Which, you're still not gonna reveal yourself who you are.
Pretty sure Maki would have already killed me if I was out there in the flesh. So, what are everyone's plans now?
I don't know.
With the truth out in the open, who are you guys gonna vote for? You can vote for me, but if you do, we'll all die together. Or vote for Maki and live. Well, choose whichever you want. I don't care either way.
Why are you so calm? Your life depends on this too.
Yeah, it's almost as if he doesn't even care about it.
Who cares? Just choose already.
That's what I'm just
Come on,
saying.
who are you gonna vote for?
He just wanted just vote already.
No, we can't vote yet. We don't have the whole truth. This case isn't over.
Huh?
Thank you for telling us everything, Maki. Thanks to you, I finally understand.
And that is...
There's another hidden truth within your testimony.
A hidden truth?
That is...
Yes, I'm positive. Because there's something wrong with the testimony you've given us.
Which one is it? The Power Monkey testimony that doesn't add up. Kaito pretending Kokichi, the control panel being damaged, Maki becoming the Blackened, Kokichi drinking the antidote. Is it the control panel?
That's it!
Ow. What's gonna do
Maki
anything?
said she used a knife to try to break the control panel and enter the hangar.
What's gonna do with the control panel then?
But that doesn't make sense, because there's an alarm system on the shutter.
Oh. I see, but wouldn't that be something to do with using a electro bomb then? I mean, that's the only way, but why it didn't hurt anything?
Oh yeah! The alarm should have gone off if someone got close to the shutter.
Ah, yeah. That should have been the case.
I was too focused to notice at the time. But now that you mention it, it is odd.
I mean, the electro hammer is out of the question. Kokichi had the electro bomb in his possession, right? It comes with the big videos involved. I don't understand how long for this electro bomb they've used. It only lasts for 2 hours long, I think.
Maybe the sensor just missed her.
The security there isn't that sloppy.
Oh gosh, you gotta bring that up?
If a shady person got near the shutter, the alarm would have gone off without question.
Then why didn't the alarm go off?
Like I told you, this isn't over. There's still a hidden truth to find.
That's right. There must be some kind of reason behind all this audacity. Finding that reason will help us find the hidden truth. Well, it's gotta be the electro bomb itself, because that triggered the all turn off the alarms,
I did
right?
attempt to enter the hangar.
That had to be it,
And I
right?
tried to destroy the control panel with my knife. At the time, the alarm system didn't go off.
But if you had approached the shutter, the alarm would have activated with 100% certainty.
Maybe it was just broken.
No,
Perhaps it was turned to a special setting?
no.
Or maybe Maki is telling a lie. Did you really try to break the control panel with it?
I'm not going to tell any more lies.
You see, the alarm system itself was working properly. So what can we learn from that? It had to be a electric
I
bomb,
did
right?
attempt to enter the hangar.
It has to be it. Yeah. There it goes. It didn't say 100% completely. He used to electric bomb them.
There is a way to disable the alarm system. An electro bomb would take it down.
But Maki only had one bomb, and she used it during the raid this morning.
He has his own, doesn't he?
Then the only other person who could have used one is Kokichi, right?
Huh? Why would I use an electro bomb?
I don't know. You should remember that, didn't you? You have your electro bomb with you.
I had no reason to shut off the alarm, right? I'd be at a disadvantage if I did that.
I guess so. I can't come up with a reason why Kokichi would want to cut the alarm.
But we know that the alarm system was neutralized. It had to be. In that case, then...
I've got it! Disabling the alarm system wasn't the real objective.
That is...
What?
The main objective that Kokichi was using electric bomb was... disable the remote control. Keep it away. Disable the press safety function. Oh... Is that it?
That's it!
Because it would...
It was to deactivate the safety function on the press.
Because then it would, like, if the living organic being was inside the press, it would have stopped at the moment. It would have triggered. So that's what he's trying to do. Like, to use electro bomb and disable everything, including the press itself for the safety function. It'll just make it look like it, they think it's just a machine.
Deactivate the safety function?
The electro bomb wouldn't have just taken down the alarm system. It also would have disabled the hydraulic press's safety function.
That's true, but why would he do that?
There's only one reason that anyone would want to do that. If I'm right, it means that we've been thinking about this all wrong.
All wrong.
That is, what aspect of this case runs contrary to a new evidence? What piece of evidence called into question if the safety function was off? Is it the credibility of the death video? Maybe the bomb affected the death video somehow. Not it. The bomb interfered with communication. I don't think it affected the video camera.
I was wrong!
Oh yeah, it didn't do that as well. Is it Kaito's cause of death?
That's it!
Oh.
Kaito's cause of death.
So, trying to make sure that we're not sure what is real cause of death? Because he was getting affected by poison. And then Kokichi wanted to use the press, that crush it, to make sure, no poison coming around it, alright?
What?
If the electro bomb was used while Maki was trying to deliver the antidote, maybe Kaito didn't die by poison. It could be something else entirely.
Yes, the cause of death could have now be the press itself, right?
This is it!
I mean, that's the only logical explanation, right?
The hydraulic press. Kaito could have been killed by the press after all.
I mean, that's the only way that how... Maybe Kokichi trying to just, like, finish off Kaito with one final blow then?
What? He could have?
If the safety was off, the press could have crushed Kaito while he was still alive.
Right after I threw the antidote, I tried to open the shutter. So, Kaito should have still been alive.
And if he was crushed by the hydraulic press after that, then we have our cause of death.
I mean, that is the one thing for sure.
If that's the case, it'd mean the one who killed Kaito wasn't Maki.
It would be whoever was operating the hydraulic press. Kokichi.
I mean, the video footage is the proof of it after all.
I see. Very impressive. The hydraulic press could have been the cause of death. But that's just a possibility.
Why make you sound like that?
What do you mean?
It's possible that I killed Kaito with the press, but there's no way to know. Kaito's death could have been either the poison arrow or the hydraulic press.
If he would have died from poison arrow, he would still like survive, right?
Both causes are possible, but you'll never be able to determine it. No matter what.
No matter what? That's not true. We can probably solve this mystery too. Right, Shuichi?
I don't think there's no way, is it? Is it really possible to determine Kaito's actual cause of death? Was it cause of death a poison arrow or contract press? Is it possible to tell? I was it. It's not possible. I mean, what other choice to think of?
I hate to admit it, but Kokichi is right. We have no way to prove the cause of death.
Yeah, even the fact is the Monokuma cannot even say what is the cause of death or who the victim is, so we cannot consider it as proof.
What did you say?
You can't check the body, and you don't have any conclusive evidence.
And even that's the reason why the press was been turned off, or someone cut the wire so they wouldn't have checked the bodies.
You can't deduce any more from here on out. There's no way to know what happened. But I know, because I was actually involved.
It sounds as a woman maniacal, Yu.
So that's what you were trying to do. You were trying to commit an unsolvable murder.
Oh my.
Do you finally get it? Yep, that was my plan.
That was your plan? For making unsolvable murder?
The gimmick of this murder case isn't the unknown victim, but rather the unknowable culprit.
So we have no idea who the culprit is it?
No one understands but me. Only I know the answer.
Do you? If you know the answer, then tell me then.
There's no more room for deduction here. Choose the culprit with your own intuition.
Intuition?
What?
Are you troubled? I'm sure robots don't have intuition, right? But there's nothing you can do about it. This is just how the trial goes.
That doesn't sound like it.
So, who is the culprit? Maki or me? The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless face off. It's
What?
voting time!
Really? Now? At the moment? We're not even that far! We're not even that done yet! Are we seriously not doing it now? Wait, are we seriously voting on? We have no idea who! You gotta be kidding me. You gotta give me some kind of choice, are you? What the heck is happening here? Am I have no choice to pick it? We have no idea. We have only a few seconds left. That'll be it. Oh.
Hey, that's my line. I'm the one who decides when it's voting time.
Oh, okay. I'd expect happen, but I never expect like when it's not too early. It's too early for having voting time occurs. It's too early for that.
Oh, come on. No one's gonna figure out the truth. Let's just vote already.
Okay, so I thought for sure, like, am I gonna give us some kind of choice? Is Kokichi's blackened or something like that? But I have a feeling they're not, but it wouldn't matter. But
This won't be a problem,
Oh,
right,
jeez.
Monokuma? Because you know who the culprit is, don't you? Just like you always do.
Huh?
why it sound something like that?
Yes, of course.
Why are you acting like you don't know? Are you telling me you don't even know who the blackened is or who the victim is?
Yeah? What kind of a reaction is that?
The culprit, you say? Yes, of course I know.
Really? Really now? It sounds as if you don't know. What the heck is going on? I mean, Monokuma is supposed to know everything, right? He's supposed to know the academy because you used the Vaden camera to look through whatever it is they were doing.
Why do you seem so flustered?
Flustered? Me? What are you talking about?
What's going on with Monokuma right now?
Monokuma? Do you not know who the culprit is either?
Jeez! I thought for sure he's supposed to be knowing everything.
Huh? Oh, what do you mean I don't know? What don't I know, huh?
You don't know, do you?
What does this mean? Why doesn't Monokuma know who the culprit is?
That really strange coming from Monokuma. Monokuma doesn't know who the culprit is either? If Monokuma doesn't know, what does that tell us about this case? Wait, this case?
Yes, that's it! So that's what Kokichi's real objective was.
To confuse us or something?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Kokichi wasn't just trying to commit a murder that we couldn't figure out. He was trying to commit a murder that Monokuma couldn't figure out either.
Really? Wow, the whole plot's starting to change again. How are they able to handle this?
The murder Monokuma couldn't figure out?
What's the point of that? Kokichi's the one who's controlling Monokuma.
If Monokuma admits himself saying Kokichi is the mastermind, he wouldn't know.
But consider how many elements of this case would be cleared up. Prior to this case, Monokuma always knew the specific details of each crime, correct?
Yes he does.
That must mean that he was using some way of monitoring us.
Perhaps there are hidden cameras strategically placed to avoid our detection.
I can't say for certain, but he must be keeping watch somehow.
Like keeping an eye on everything else, like that's how he does. He do everywhere in the academy.
Kokichi probably used the electrobomb to scramble whatever that was. The electrobomb would prevent any cameras from sending video wirelessly.
Really? But I don't see any cameras everywhere that I see.
Which means it wouldn't matter where the surveillance cameras were hidden.
Like I said, what's the point? Kokichi's the one who's controlling Monokuma.
You keep saying this, but you wouldn't know if something plot happened.
Before we determine that for sure, I want to make one thing clear. If the objective were to create a crime that would stump Monokuma, the exorcist...
Oh yeah, that around the time when Shuichi checked on Kaito in the bathroom, right?
Yes. The exosouls weren't protecting Monokuma. They were...
If they're not protecting them, then... attacking him, bullying him, watching him, admiring him. They were watching him?
That's it!
That has to be it.
They were watching Monokuma.
To make sure Monokuma don't escape. I mean, he do jump around anywhere where he goes, doesn't he? I mean, true. I mean, even if you have exosouls with it to keep an eye on them, I mean, you have a big weapon, it would have just crushed him in a matter of a second or whatever. But Monokuma had multiples, did he not?
Watching him?
Yes. Remember what Monokuma said earlier in the investigation?
What? What happened at the time? Oh, at the time, the exorcists were on autopilot and directed to only observe me.
If they were protecting him like bodyguards, they wouldn't have been facing him.
Really, though?
They would have been scanning the area, watching us. But they weren't. That implies that they weren't watching us. They were watching him.
I mean, it had to be Kokichi's gym with the exorcist. He's the one who controlled it. But I'm not sure what's the big deal about wanting to make sure to keep away from him.
They were trying to make sure that Monokuma wouldn't go near the crime scene.
That reminds me. Before I stole an exosol, all 4 units were focused on Monokuma.
Yeah, he didn't even care about it at all. Plus, if one of the exorcists like noticed Maki coming in here, they would just attack her.
That's why when I stole one to enter the hangar, the other 3 didn't pursue me.
Dang, kind of really strange. Is this all Kokichi's doing all along as well? But why?
So Monokuma must have been talking about Maki.
Even if it puts someone at a disadvantage, the question must always be fair. A person who shared Alpha with me didn't seem interested in sharing it with you guys. The person who shared that, he referred to as Maki, but why would he say that? So you share it instead. That way, it'll be fair to all the participants.
She didn't want to share that information because it would have linked her to the murder. In which case, it could only be Maki.
Does it really? Huh?
You're right.
So to summarize this discussion, Kokichi used the electro bomb in the hangar and the exosols to watch Monokuma, thereby creating a scenario in which Monokuma has no idea who the culprit is?
Told you there's no point.
Oh god.
Kokichi's the one who's controlling Monokuma!
You seem to keep dirt times in the round though.
No, Kokichi might not be controlling Monokuma at all.
What?
But Kokichi's the mastermind, right? Shouldn't he be controlling Monokuma?
Kokichi might not be the mastermind.
I mean, if Monokuma is going to admit himself saying Kokichi is not the mastermind. So that will turn the whole thing around.
What?
Okay, stop freaking out already, Kimiko. What if someone
Remember
says something
that
about
the only
Danganronpa
reason
2?
we think that is because Kokichi told us. Monokuma hasn't said a word about that. It's possible that Kokichi is just lying to us.
Yeah, like I said, if Monokuma is going to admit saying Kokichi is not the mastermind, this turned the whole case around.
No way I lied! I'm definitely controlling Monokuma. The mastermind of the killing game is totally me. The one who pitted humanity's last survivors against each other is... all me, baby.
Right. He's a remnant of despair. How do we forget that?
You keep thinking and believing that.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that he's the mastermind.
Well, I guess. But is that really possible? Well, Monokuma,
He's going to admit now.
I can't answer that without causing problems, because I gotta run this trial fair and square.
Even more reason to give us the answer. If you don't tell us the truth right now, you'll be an accomplice to Kokichi's lies.
Yeah.
Does that sound like a fair game? Would you say this class trial is fair?
yeah, tell us! Is Kokichi the real mastermind or not?
No need to think about it. You're being way too forward.
That's the only way we
Aren't
can.
you normally the forward one?
Okay, now you start to admit it now.
I mean, I don't mind, because that's probably part of your strategy, too. But in the interest of fairness, I suppose it's time to tell the truth.
I guess you gotta spill the beans now.
Unlike the lies you love so much, the truth should be impartial to everyone.
And what is that truth?
I'm not being controlled by Kokichi, because he's not the mastermind.
What did I just said? I know what's going on here already. I mean, why did Kokichi is actually the mastermind of all this? A little bit too early for that. And that's, I never believed that at all still. Even I want to believe it, that's the whole plot starting to break the whole thing around. And now you became like Shuichi, just like Danganronpa 2.
Is that really true?
Kokichi was just messing with you. I never once said he was the mastermind.
Then it was all Kokichi's lie?
Yeah, that is what that would mean. With the key from the last motive, he was the first to learn the truth of the outside world.
He did reveal himself since the last trial.
Based on his deductions, he fabricated a lie to make you all think he was the mastermind.
I see. Kokichi's own deductions.
Do you want to know? Then I'll tell you. I'm getting kind of bored with all the lying, so everything I say now will be the truth, okay? But now we know for a fact this, not a mastermind.
His deductions got a lot of details right, though. Pretty impressive, honestly.
But what about the exosols? If Kokichi wasn't the mastermind, how'd he control them so easily?
The other remote thing, right? I'm not sure they just one of the things your mastermind carried, right?
He just used Mew's remote control, right?
Muse? Mew made that control for Kokichi? Why? When did that happen? She would be dead around the time, but when did that happen? Mew's remote control?
So the remote that Kokichi was using was made by Mew?
How did they able she made that exactly?
Oh, you didn't know?
No, you didn't.
Mew not only invented the electro bomb and the electro hammer, she also made a remote control that can hijack any electronic device.
Wow. What Kokichi's been preparing all this time? I mean, the fact they Mew's one who made the electro bomb and electro hammer, even what Kokichi asked her to do. But what is he trying to do? What's his real purpose of what they're trying to do?
Kokichi just slapped a receiver on each of the exosouls and took them for a spin.
Hey, isn't it a bit unfair to tell them all that?
Fairness has nothing to do with it. I offered up that info purely out of spite. Spite towards you for trying to usurp the mastermind's role and take over the game.
Well, whatever. It's way more interesting to defeat an enemy who plays dirty anyway.
What?
What's going on? It seems like they're actually fighting.
It almost as if they were fighting each other.
There's no doubt about it. Kokichi isn't the mastermind.
They're just being dragged around by Kokichi's lies the whole time?
And we all fell for that still. But the outside world is still real. But his lies, the being the mastermind, it just something. I'm not sure what happened anymore.
What were you trying to accomplish by pretending to be the mastermind, Kokichi?
Yeah, I'd like to know.
Now you're gonna be all quiet? This is so frustrating.
You have to I have my right to remain silent.
Then if he's not the mastermind, who is?
Why are you so certain there's even a mastermind to begin with?
Even Kaede did mention, but there's a mastermind involved around it. Just wait until the next chapter comes. What?
What do you mean?
Why, that's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know.
But I wanna know.
The real mastermind is not Kokichi. Who could it be? I was thinking it was Junko Enoshima, but that can't be it. She's dead. We've never come into contact with her. You mean none of them don't even met her at all? She already dead. Like, since the first game. If so, who's done this? Who planned this killing game?
Anyway, this conversation has flown off the rails. Let's get things back on track.
How? Since none of us don't even know who the culprit is, if you don't even know who the culprit is, Monokuma.
This class trial is to figure out who the culprit is, not the mastermind. So, yeah, get to talking.
How? How can we know for sure?
I agree. Before we worry about who the mastermind is or what my intent is, let's figure out the culprit!
But Monokuma doesn't know who it is. How is he supposed to confirm the results?
We don't need to worry about that. Let's just leave the decision-making to Monokuma. But you gotta run the class trial too, so no mistakes, okay?
Are you trying to get me to do something?
You've been watching us solve all these cases, but you can't be a spectator anymore.
Want me to
You're
say
gonna
that?
participate in the class trial from here on out.
What? Huh?
So, let's resume this class trial. Monokuma, you gotta use your brain too.
Is he serious for real?
This will be the final class trial. Me versus Monokuma.
Okay, make it dramatic. Use it there.
You versus Monokuma?
When I play a game, I intend to win.
What, I'm in a brawl between Monokuma and Kokichi? What's going on here?
But what's considered winning in this game? Beating the other players? No. Beating the game's mastermind is the true game. And that's how I'll win! That's why I decided to challenge Monokuma!
Really?
If I can deceive Monokuma till the very end, then I'll be the winner!
You're dragging us around like this? Just so you can win a game?
You lost it. You literally lost it.
As I suspected, your thought process defies all logic.
But since the outside world is in total ruin, this game is the only entertainment we have. At least I can enjoy this game to the fullest and feel good winning.
You really are a remnant of despair. Your way of thinking is just chaotic.
That's how she is. And you keep mentioning the despair again. Have you not even remembered since then?
Whatevs. let's just get this started. If the students or Monokuma don't know who the culprit is, then I'm the winner.
Don't underestimate me, or
Well-
Shuichi and the others, for that matter.
What?
It's just like a remnant of despair to try to assume control of the game.
I mean, that's yours doing, did you not?
But these kids are all that's left of Hope's Peak Academy. If you think they're gonna make this easy for you, you better think again.
Is he siding with us?
Whose side are you taking here?
Side? Isn't it obvious?
What?
Monokuma joins your party.
Are you serious? You're just gonna join us as well? Really? Really
Who
now?
invited you?
You make the intro for Monokuma. Really now?
Now, let's join forces and unravel the truth behind this case.
Dude, you don't even know about it. You just sit there, do nothing, just listen to what they're saying.
Well, we were going to do it anyway.
Let's just ignore Monokuma. His actions are always beyond comprehension.
Yeah, but let's ignore him while we're focused on what we're doing.
Yeah, let's just focus on the case.
Be quiet so we can ignore you.
See, what I just said. Like, I know the fact that it's like, we're just gonna ignore him. I want to focus what we're all doing.
Now, where should we start? We've already established what Kokichi is after.
He's just gonna keep talking anyway, isn't he?
What other choice can we make?
In my experience, whenever you learn a new fact, you learn something else along with it.
Yes, let's look for that.
We'll get you hyped up.
You warmed up to him real fast. I guess you are both robots.
Hey, don't get me wrong, and Keepo may be a robot, but don't make you feel bad. So, now that truth comes out, that piece of evidence makes more sense now. The evidence that I couldn't wrap my head around. Which one is it? Is it the video footage then? Like, we never mentioned about that, right?
This is it!
Yeah, that has to be, but what
Let's
did...
discuss the video of Kaito being crushed by the hydraulic press.
So why do we discuss about that video then?
Kokichi said that he filmed that video to prove he was not the victim. But we know that Kokichi was trying to mislead Monokuma. So what about the video? It's pretty strange to present evidence that condemns you after all.
Then what kind of mistake was Kokichi trying to get me to make?
Maybe he crushed Kaito with the hydraulic press, so the cause of death would be unknown?
But if that were the only objective, there would be no need to film it.
True.
Discovering the crushed body would have been enough. No need to show us the film.
That's true.
I guess you're starting to fit in after all. If you get any cuter, I'm gonna hug you.
Really? Really now, Himiko? Don't you dare get close to Monokuma. He's a feisty one.
Huh? Really?
There must be a reason you went out of your way to show us the body being crushed.
I mean, that's the only thing it is. It's just when go press down all the way. But I know the fact that it paused for a second, next thing you know, it just crushed.
No reason, really. That's just my twisted personality.
You're lying again, Kokichi. There's a method to your madness. If you want Monokuma to make a mistake, then showing us the video, it must have something to do with trying to fool Monokuma. Taking the video of the murder, but keeping the victim's identity hidden. What does it show? What doesn't it show? The body then? Oh, is it the victim then? I notice there are a few words. Yeah, the victim. But why? I can't tell what it is. Why not show the victim? I mean, strangely, it did show like it just stay hidden from the press.
Huh?
Is it even possible? No, that's a question for later. For now, we know that.
If you show the moment of Kaito's death, of course it would lead us to believe he died. Even if we can't positively identify the body, we would still believe Kaito was the victim. That might be exactly the mistake Kokichi was going for.
Mistake?
Does that mean the victims were switched?
Switched?
What? So, Kaito was switched with who? Not Kokichi, is it? I mean, the question might still, in fact, incurred.
Then it was some other dead body that got crushed by the hydraulic press? Where would he even get another body?
That's impossible. There's no any dead bodies around here.
There should be plenty to choose from if you reuse the body of a former victim.
Like it was a morgue or something? I'm not sure there are morgue in this academy.
If there wasn't a new body, then we could guess the victim was switched. But too bad. Switching the victims was impossible. The footage showed the body being crushed.
Which is strange. It did stop at a point. You only see Kaito's hand from this point, like right here. So it makes no sense on how this is still being seen with the victim when it's so very hidden on the press.
When in the footage would they have been able to switch the victim? And we already established that the footage was not doctored in any way.
Yeah, that's true. But it also has functions as well from the video camera as well, does it?
The camera doesn't have any editing functions. Just play, record, and pause.
There's one thing, there's a pause. I'm not sure you can't pause to record or something.
Monokuma also said that no computer was used to edit the footage. Remember?
Damn it! Me and my big mouth!
I mean, of course, it's your words. Of course, why would you say something like that?
Which means switching out the victim would not be possible. Also, if the victim was switched, then that would mean Kaito is still alive. We already discussed this so many times. The chance of that happening is impossible.
It might be possible.
What?
Huh?
There could be a trick to make the switch possible. We just haven't noticed it yet.
Oh, and what trick is that? See? You don't know, do you? I already said it's impossible.
Maki's not wrong. There is a way it could be done.
No.
So we can't just give up here.
Hey, Shuichi. I'll think harder about this as well. So, can you confirm whether or not the victims switch places? If Kaito is alive or not?
Maki.
I don't like the thought that I killed Kaito. I don't want that.
Okay then. Let's talk about the possibility that Makiro mentioned.
Why keep a nickname for that?
Himiko, if you call her that again...
Yes, please.
Oh wow, she never man or anything.
Okay. Let's all talk it over together.
Together. And don't forget, you're not alone. Don't try to do everything yourself. You only got a way around. When times are hard, you gotta rely on your friends.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Jeez, you guys are a stubborn bunch. There's no trick.
That's probably another lie.
However, if the victims were switched, then that would mean the footage was altered. How could it have been altered when we know that the footage wasn't edited?
If we could figure that out, maybe we'd know how they switched places. I knew there was a trick to that video the whole time.
You still believe that? If you think that's true.
Kokichi made it, so 100% suspicious.
A threat to that video. What could it be? What's suspicious about it? Okay, what can we discuss here exactly? Alright, talk about the
There must be some
video
trick
again.
to that video.
That's what you all gotta figure out.
there is no trick. You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
Did the placement of that camera seem suspicious to any of you? The filming angle seemed unnatural, don't you think?
I don't think so.
Person in that video. Was it really Kaito?
Something seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press stopped for a brief moment.
Oh, yes, yes! Kibo, I get what you're saying. You think so too? Right, Shuichi? The hydraulic brake wouldn't stop when I lay underneath it, but it did stop for Kaito. It's obviously robophobic. I'll never forgive that bionic hydraulic press. Oh, really? Not it? I thought for sure it is.
Must be some trick to the... Could it be that the video was shot at another location?
No.
Any other bright ideas? Come on, everybody, speak up!
I mean, you're not to say anything. I feel like someone says something that gives us a clue. If we put our heads together, we can find the smallest hope. We won't fall into despair.
There must be...
Does it have some kind of a function or anything? Doesn't say anything about the video or anything. You can't do that. He did say it, but it stopped for the moment. Is it hydraulic press? It says something about a button or something. This one? Yeah! Did it mention from the middle point? It just says something about a stop button or something? It had 3 buttons of all, didn't it?
Kibo is onto something. Isn't it weird that the hydraulic press stopped for a second?
That was I trying to think of it. The video itself is oddly strange. It just paused for a second. Like, I don't even know what it is.
Because when Kibo and I first investigated that hydraulic press,
Yeah, you roll away.
That's right. The hydraulic press kept lowering itself without stopping.
Yeah, that's why I've been saying it. They also have 3 buttons as well. Even to go up and down. They didn't mention there's a stomp button, isn't it?
but in the video,
see there? That's what I'm trying to say in this.
The hydraulic press stopped briefly, right before it crushed the body?
Exactly the point. That I've been saying this all along.
But why would it stop?
Why did it press stop? There's only one reason I can think of. What we do? Mine. Which is it exactly? I've been wanting to see one of those. And it said it to do with a button, was it? Ah, come on. There it goes.
I see it.
That's what I was thinking. It's switch itself. They have one in the middle.
the only way to stop the hydraulic press is the force stop button.
Yep, that's exactly the point. It did mention why have a force button as well.
An electro bomb went off in that hangar, which would have interfered with the safety function. There'd be no way to stop the hydraulic press unless someone used the force stop button.
When you say someone, you mean Kokichi, right? He was the only one there.
Yeah, he's the one that operated.
Actually, maybe I pressed it by accident. I don't really remember.
Really? Stop lying to yourself.
So what of it? The press only stopped for like a sec. You can't switch the victim in such a short time, can you?
That's true.
There's also the question of how the bodies got switched while the camera was rolling. That would have clearly been caught on camera.
Yeah, the hydraulic press stopped, paused for a second, and then it would plan to switch the victim. It'll take for like a few seconds. But it just happens immediately right at the point. While the camera was rolling.
Oh, I see. It wasn't just the press that stopped.
Huh? What do you mean?
This is the camera itself, the pause as well.
If you stop something else at the same time you stop the hydraulic press.
I mean, the camera have the pause button. So I'm not sure if it was a pause record, so. Yes, I see it now. That's how the body were switched. If you stop that, you could have swapped the bodies easily. Again? Man, I'm not sure how many mine we have. We ain't got that for a long time, don't we? Well, let's see how far it is. Oh, I think I found it. This is what I'm looking for. There it goes.
I see it!
I see. But there's a pause button, but does it also pause to record as well?
The culprit stopped the video camera at the same time as the hydraulic press. Then, while the camera was off, they switched the body under the hydraulic press.
Wow, that close? Wow. It's really hard to get to it.
After the body was swapped, the press and the camera were started simultaneously. So it just looks like the press stopped for a moment.
We keep seeing this time and time again with this footage.
That's what I've been saying this whole time!
You didn't say a single word, Monica!
When did you ever say that?
So they stopped at the same time. The camera position did seem odd to me.
That is what? The angle?
But now I get it. The trick wouldn't work unless it was set up there.
Huh? Why?
To get the trick we just described to work, the camera had to be set up precisely.
Let's pin that down. Where was the camera set up? The only logical is it's just next to the hydraulic press. Maybe it was set up right next to the press?
That was a pretty close angle, but you couldn't press a switch from here.
Damn it!
That's not it. I mean, that's the only thing it was shown, wasn't it? Can I just point at this?
There!
That was I trying to point it at! It was next to the button.
The video camera must have been set up somewhere around here. To operate the press and the camera at the same time, it would have to be near the switch.
That's not trying to point at the switch!
That's why the video was taken from that unnatural angle. If they were recording it like normal, they would have used a better angle.
And if it was recorded at such an odd angle, then that proves the trick was used.
Yep.
Camera angles, huh? Looks like your cosplayer experience is finally useful.
What's got to do anything about camera angles for being a cosplayer?
Well, cosplay doesn't really come up all that much in class trials.
There was a reason the camera was set up there, but also a reason for the height.
Did she have the camera pods with it, or tripods?
When the press was stopped, you couldn't really see who was inside it, correct?
Only the arms that just was shown.
That was intentional. The body is mostly hidden by the press, making the swap easier.
The camera must have been placed at such a high position, so it would produce that angle.
I wonder if they used that tripod in the hangar to adjust the camera's height.
That's what I'm just saying. Did she have a tripod with it?
Did they get that from the warehouse too? Jeez, that place is like a 4D pocket.
It's your place after all. How do you expect they have they have stuff in the warehouse?
You don't get to make that reference.
Then, that logic is correct, right? Kokichi used that video angle trick and switched the victim in the hydraulic press. In that case, Kaito is...
He's still alive at that point?
Or he was crushed by the press. He was swapped with a different body. So Kaito's still alive!
Well, wait just a minute.
What? But I just summed it up so nicely.
That's one thing for sure.
Himiko, the different body you mentioned, what are you talking about?
The bodies from the other cases. Kokichi's the mastermind, so he...
Did we mention this before? Kokichi's not the mastermind? They have no other bodies to get.
Wait, the mastermind?
Yeah, Kokichi isn't the mastermind, so I don't think he'd be able to produce a body to switch out.
Yeah.
What?
Well, Monokuma, do the rules allow for a body to be reused?
That's one thing. What did they use for all the bodies from the previous cases?
Very well, I'll answer that.
You're giving in pretty easily.
Well, it's crucial information to make the trial fair. This discussion is pointless if it's not clear what the culprit was allowed to do, right?
You're a convenient mastermind, but I guess that makes defeating you worth my time.
Now then, regarding the reuse of a dead body.
Okay.
That is impossible! All the dead bodies have already been thrown away.
Thrown away? Thrown away to where?
Thrown away?
The other bodies are gone? Then who did Kaito switch places with?
It's not Kokichi. That's the only logical explanation, is it? Kokichi and Kaito were the only ones in the hangar at the time. If it were the only ones present during the body swapping trick, then the real victim was the two people who switched press in the Metropolis. The other person in the hangar? That's the only logical is. If it wasn't a little body, it could only be...
What's wrong, Shuichi? Who did Kaito switch places with?
Maki, I think I missed something very important here.
I don't like the sound of it.
Something important?
It's almost as if there's something turned the whole thing around, is it? If I have the timeline right, there were only two people in the hangar at the time. Which means that something had to happen decided before. I had to pin that down. Can't let anything escape me this time. Hey, Mates Gambit. Which is it? Victim what? I mean, judging by how Shuichi acted like this, I have a feeling it might be bad. We changed one of the buttons is like, just pause for a moment there. Oh, no, he died a bit. Which is it? I don't like the sound of it. Victim what? E? No? What is it? Don't even remember. What's the question? How would a body swap if only two people were in a hangar? Victim what? I don't even know what it is. I'm still a bit confused. E? No? I'm losing myself already. H. Victim H what? E. Wait. Help? Victim help? That doesn't make any sense. Are you saying they're working together?
I can't believe I overlooked this.
Are you serious? Both Kaito and Kokichi are working together or something?
What do you mean? There were only two people in the hangar at the time the bodies were swapped. Which means they were working together.
Are you serious? That confused me the most. I thought for sure it was something that was hidden or something, but helped?
Huh? Working together?
Also, I'm not sure help is actually the spelling, to say the least.
The only two people involved in the swap were the victim and the culprit. The culprit was operating the camera and the hydraulic press, while the victim lay inside. If they switched places while the press and the camera were stopped, then the person who turned the camera and the press back on was the original victim.
Wow.
To put it simply, both people operated the press and camera at different times. An impossible trick, unless the victim and culprit agreed to cooperate beforehand.
Like, why are they working together exactly?
Victim and culprit cooperated? Is that even possible?
It's It sounds bizarre, but perhaps that was the whole point.
Man, that
No
could really
crime
confuse
that
me
is so
most.
confusing, even Monokuma would be tricked.
Jeez, this culprit's a real jerk.
You don't even know who.
So, have you realized who done it yet?
That means if Kokichi and Kaito switch, Kaito was in the press. That means it was Kaito was alive? The culprit of the case. If my detective work hadn't failed me, the culprit is inside the exosoul. It can only be them. So, it has to be Kaito who was actually alive then? But, wait, didn't he got poisoned himself?
The apparent victim we saw in the video was Kaito, which means...
But Koichichi drank the antidote itself. That means the poison's gone, doesn't he?
Kokichi was operating the hydraulic press and camera at first. If the two of them switched while the press was stopped, then the culprit who started the hydraulic press again and crushed Kokichi must be Kaito.
My goodness.
So, the person inside that exosome isn't Kokichi. It has to be Kaito.
What did you say?
Staying silent, doesn't it?
So the culprit for this case is... Kaito Momota. That is what the ultimate detective has deduced, right?
Kaito is the culprit? What? You're joking, right? You can't be serious.
I mean, that's how it works, right?
I don't want to believe it either, but it's the only way any of this makes sense. My detective work has led me to the conclusion that Kaito is the culprit.
Is that true? Is Kaito really in there?
Hey, answer us! If you really are Kaito, then...
I'm the culprit.
What? Why you say that? Huh?
There's just no way that Kaito can still be alive.
Because of the poison, wasn't it?
Because I'm the culprit.
Wait, you? But didn't you say...
I saw it with my own eyes. Kokichi drank the antidote that he stole from Kaito.
Yes, he did. Kokichi did drink the antidote. But the one thing the fact is that he didn't just simply like turn the bottle and just drink it. He didn't.
There's no doubt Kaito died. And he died because of my poison arrow.
If he would have died at the moment, he would have been still alive here, right now.
But you told us you didn't want to kill Kaito.
Yes, I never wanted to. I wanted to believe that I didn't kill him. But the truth speaks differently. In the end, I was just running away from the facts.
I don't understand.
Himiko's gone confused already. Maki, are you trying to protect Kaito? If he's the culprit, you're trying to help him get away?
There was only one antidote, so it's more likely he died from my poison arrow. This is the truth.
It's not decided yet. I could have still killed him with the hydraulic press.
Oh god, now back to pretending to be Kokichi. They had to be Kaito, is it?
Either way, those are the two options. Monokuma knows the answer, right?
Huh? Are those the only options?
I guess that's how things turned out.
No, that can't be! The person in that exosol is...
It's not Kaito! I saw Kokichi drink the antidote! There's no mistake. Kaito is dead. I killed Kaito. There is absolutely no doubt. That's the truth.
Ah, I thought so. Maki is trying to protect Kaito. I understand how she feels, but if Kaito is the culprit, why did he agree to Kokichi's plan? Yeah, I'd like to know why. I can imagine that Kaito would do something so selfish. There must be a reason for it, I truly believe that. But I have to get to the bottom of this before I can uncover the truth.
But Maki, you don't know for certain that Kokichi drank the antidote.
What?
You saw him drink it right in front of you, but you couldn't confirm he actually did it. So maybe there's another possibility.
Are we doing the whole thing around?
What are you talking about?
Uh.
Impossible. That's impossible.
We're gonna have to face Maki again.
There is no other possibility. I killed Kaito.
Yep, we're gonna have to face her again. Argument. Oh boy, here it goes again.
I killed Kaito.
Well, if one wants to do this.
You're the one who's wrong. He died from my poison arrow. There's no other possibility.
Oh God.
What do you know? I killed Kaito!
Okay, I got it.
It doesn't matter what you say. I'm telling you.
I mean, I understand how
Maki
Maki feel, but you want to protect him still.
You're so goddamn annoying. It doesn't matter what you say.
Almost there.
I was at the scene. So I know I'm not wrong. I'm
I
sorry
messed
I
up.
kept quiet till now. I wanted to believe I didn't kill him. But I won't run away from the truth anymore.
Oh God, going down there.
Because I know what I saw. I was at the scene.
Calm down there,
I
Maki.
know I'm not wrong. I'm sorry I kept quiet till now. I wanted to believe I didn't kill him. But I won't run away from the truth anymore. Because I know what I saw.
Jesus, calm down there.
The scene.
Okay, final blow. What is it?
I saw Kokichi drink the antidote.
Pretended to drink the antidote.
It ends here!
I see. I'm really sorry for that, Maki. But he pretended to drink the antidote?
Kokichi just pretended to drink the antidote. He didn't actually drink it.
It's not really strange. Like, how? It's strange he didn't, like, open up with a bottle. Like, we didn't see it. Just do like this. Like, tuck it in. It looked like Maki saw Kokichi was drinking.
He pretended to drink it?
Drinking the antidote was part of his lie. Maki could only see so much through the window. She didn't confirm Kokichi drank it.
True. I mean, that's what she believed.
I believe that Kokichi knew this and just pretended to drink the antidote. After Maki left, he gave the antidote to Kaito.
Which would mean that Kokichi had the poison himself. Maybe that's the only way, right? But Maki still counts as a Blackin, the one who killed Kokichi, because of the poison effect.
There's a strong possibility that all of this was done to make Kaito cooperate.
Make him cooperate?
Well, this sounds like a threat or something.
The swapping trip required the victim and culprit to work together. Kaito's cooperation was essential to Kokichi's plan. However, I don't think Kokichi would be able to sway Kaito easily. He needed leverage. He gave Kaito the antidote in exchange for his cooperation.
It sounds as if they were like accomplices together.
In exchange for his own life, you mean?
Kaito had no choice. He had to cooperate after Kokichi saved his life. That's just Kaito's character, and Kokichi knew that. He swallowed his pride with the antidote and agreed to participate in Kokichi's plan.
Did Kokichi make this plan? What good is it for him if he's dead?
I imagine this was all part of Kokichi's plan to confuse us.
Yeah,
You wouldn't think
that's
that
what it
someone
is.
would plan their own murder.
He went so far as to give up his life just to create this mystery?
Only Kokichi could think of something so nefarious. Who else would agree to die just to execute their plan?
Why would he go that far?
I I bet Kokichi was determined to beat me at my own game, no matter what.
That's what Kokichi wants, yes.
But too bad. Shuichi figured out the truth.
Truth? Are you sure it's not delusion?
Delusion?
A delusion completely off the mark. To make you think that I died. But who cares what you guys think? This is between me and Monokuma. I don't give a crap if the extras in this game get it right or not.
What do you mean extras?
Extras?
You know, friend,
I'm fine with being an extra.
I never click a single thing. You just like pulling out of it.
Huh? Why?
If we're just extras, then even if we get it wrong, we won't get killed.
No, I'd still kill you all. Don't put Kokichi's words in my mouth.
Yeah, I had a feeling for sure.
But why? You are being so friendly with us.
That's a part of the game. Works now, Himiko!
If Monokuma gets it right, then he takes everyone's lives, yeah? But if Monokuma gets it wrong, then he'd have no right to take everyone's lives. If Monokuma doesn't know who the culprit is, then this killing game can't function anymore.
Can't function anymore.
Kaito, I believe in you.
If you're cooperating with this plan, you must have a reason. To determine that reason, I need to reveal the truth.
I still think Kaito is the culprit. Thinking of it that way makes all the pieces fit. I will show you the truth. The truth you can't deny.
What we're doing in closing argument? Because it is, we're going getting close to the end then. Oh boy. We're gonna see how far it's gonna take us. A little bomb! Yeah, interesting way to say this. Okay, last one. Where is the last one? No, there it is. Here it goes.
This is the truth of the case.
Alright, time for the full case and how that played out.
Let's go over the trick that Kokichi and the culprit created together. Last night, Kibo saw Himiko from the window of his lab. She was carrying a black case and heading to the Exisal hangar. When she reached the hangar, she handed the case to someone through the bathroom window.
Is there a way how to handle to Kaito there?
That someone is the culprit of this case. Locked in the bathroom, the culprit had asked Himiko to bring them a certain weapon. A disassembled crossbow from Maki's lab.
That's what it looks like inside the case? Wow.
The culprit was going to use the crossbow to challenge Kokichi to a fight. Some time passed, and Maki made her way to the hangar. She was going to the hangar to kill Kokichi and save the culprit trapped in the bathroom.
Crossbow in the hand and other by the hammer.
However, the hangar had an electric barrier preventing her from entering.
What, they were shielding the exosols down?
Fortunately for her, she had an electro hammer to get around the barrier, in a way.
And go with a bang.
She used her electro hammer to disable an exisal and climbed inside.
I'm surprised Maki able to control the exosol from the inside.
She knew exisals could bypass the barrier, so she got inside one.
I'm so surprised at how you able to control it.
Around that time, the culprit and Kokichi began their confrontation. While Kokichi was checking up on them, the culprit ambushed him with a crossbow.
What he do? He just got turned around and just do it like that. While pointing at him, I was like, what the? Where did you get that?
But the culprit didn't intend to kill Kokichi. They just wanted to disable him.
Like, how to disable him exactly?
That's why the culprit aimed for Kokichi's right arm.
But why on the right arm exactly?
If they really wanted to kill him, they would have shot him in his vitals. Kokichi reeled from the arrow, and the culprit jumped on him immediately. He didn't want Kokichi to have the chance to summon an exasol with a remote.
It's not like you could pull it on the right hand thing. I see. So he's trying to ambush Kokichi. And then what happened when the exos came?
While they were fighting, something happened that caught them both off guard. The shutter of the hangar opened, and an exasol stepped inside.
And the big character was like, what the? Unexpected reinforcement comes in!
Kokichi was definitely not expecting an exasol to interrupt them.
And Kokichi's like, wait, that's not what a fallen order or something like that.
He pulled out his remote in an attempt to control the exasol.
But that's when Maki appeared.
But Maki leaped out of the cockpit and shot Kokichi with her crossbow.
Right in the back!
The arrow hit
Yay!
Kokichi right in the back. And it was no normal arrow.
A poison arrow.
The tip was covered in a lethal poison from my lab called Strike 9 poison. The poison kills slowly. It seems as if Maki wanted Kokichi to confess before he died. But even with poison in his veins, Kokichi continued to spin his lies. When she had had enough, Maki tried to finish him off with another poisoned arrow.
They're doing a final blow, but Kaito just...
But this time, Maki was the one caught by surprise.
And I don't want to know why Kaito protect
To keep Maki from
Kokichi.
becoming the Blackened, the culprit used their body to shield Kokichi.
But wouldn't that make double murder?
The culprit's left arm was struck by a poison arrow. Maki remembered that there was an antidote in my lab and immediately ran off to get it.
But that's when they're trying to close the shutter.
The Strike 9 poison slowly circulated through their systems and would soon kill them both. But in that desperate situation, Kokichi thought up a clever lie. He incorporated this unforeseen event into his plan to help him win the killing game. Or should I say, help him defeat Monokuma. That was Kokichi's true objective. It's why he claimed to be the mastermind. Thinking fast, Kokichi closed the shutter so that Maki could not re-enter the hangar.
Yep.
Thus, Kokichi's final lie was set into motion. When Maki returned with the antidote, she couldn't get back inside the hangar.
They should just peek out of the window and say like, here's the antidote!
So she went around to the hangar bathroom and passed the antidote through the window.
I'm like, nope!
But after
It's
the
mine.
culprit was given the antidote, Kokichi immediately snatched it. Kokichi drank down all of the antidote while the culprit and Maki watched in horror.
But they have caps on it, didn't they not? It would have been strange if they pretended to drink like that.
Maki must have been panicking, thinking the only antidote was now gone. She believed that the culprit was going to die from her own poisoned arrow. But it was all another one of Kokichi's lies. He had only pretended to drink the antidote. Maki tried desperately to break into the hangar, even slashing the control panel. But she couldn't get the shutter to open again. Defeated, she had no choice but to leave.
Aw.
After Maki had left, Kokichi took out another weapon.
An electro bomb. I don't know how to use it.
An electrobomb
Frank out
capable of
to
disabling
ourselves.
communication devices for hours.
But didn't it last 2
Kokichi's
hours long?
plan was to use an electrobomb to knock out Monokuma's surveillance cameras. That was why he commissioned Mew to make the bombs in the first place. After detonating an electrobomb, Kokichi coerced the culprit into drinking the antidote. In exchange for the antidote, Kokichi asked the culprit to cooperate with his plan. Kokichi needed to work with the culprit to execute his final lie. Under normal circumstances, the culprit would never have agreed to such a plan.
Even when just talking up the time and time again.
But because the culprit owed him for saving their life, they agreed to Kokichi's request. Request is a generous term. It was more like blackmail.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was actually a blackmail. I was like, it's like a sound like a threat or something.
In any case, the two were now working together as accomplices in an insane plan. There was a lot to prepare and not a lot of time. They had to work fast. If Kokichi died from the Strychnine poison, the whole plan would be ruined.
So Kaito went. Kokichi asked Kaito to the enemy or something.
The culprit dragged Kokichi to the hydraulic press. This is how the swipe pattern bloodstain from the bathroom to the press was created.
I'm surprised they didn't clean it.
Kokichi, with the support of the culprit, stood in front of the press's control panel. The two of them were finally ready to execute the insane lie.
My goodness.
While Kokichi was setting up the video camera near the hydraulic press's control panel, the culprit laid face up inside the press, draping their coat over their shoulders.
You used to take off the jacket as well? To make it look like it was Kaito's? Well, that explains it. They trying to make sure to leave the jacket here for the press scene to make everyone believe Kaito was inside the press.
Then, Kokichi activated the press and the camera's record button at the same time.
Which I'm not sure how he able to barely hold on from the poison. Even he's operated.
The hydraulic press came down slowly, all caught on tape for us to see. Normally, the safety function would have triggered, but the electrobomb had disabled it.
Yep.
The press got lower and lower, and just as the culprit disappeared from view,
Then doing pause and stop at the same time.
Kokichi pressed the force stop button and the camera's pause button simultaneously.
Yep.
The two then switched places and also switched roles.
And I explained why Kokichi took off his coat as well. Now he's shirtless. But he had blood on the back still.
The culprit and the victim. The would-be victim became our culprit and started up the press and camera. Kokichi had saved the culprit's life because his trick required their cooperation.
No!
He wanted to win the killing game, even if it meant dying himself.
So it is willingly just do it for himself. To try to mess with the killing game, does he? But that's insane from Kokichi with his big old
So,
plan of his.
Kokichi was crushed by the press, and the whole thing was caught on video. The culprit's left sleeve was dangling from the press, making us think he was the victim. Now alone, the culprit collected the video camera.
Oh, right. He also took the camera with him. That's why. And what else do you do after this?
And tore the hydraulic press's power cord so that it could never be raised again.
Ah, so he's the one who did try to take out the cord. So make sure not to operate the press to see the body then. But that's
This would
still
make it
crazy.
impossible for us to determine the identity of the crushed body. But there was another reason the victim was killed in this way. It obfuscated the cause of death, making the case that much more difficult to solve. This was all part of Kokichi's plan to create a murder not even Monokuma could figure out.
Man, that's insane.
With the press disabled,
Of course,
the
with
culprit
flush as
returned
well.
to the bathroom to flush Kokichi's clothes.
So he's the one who just give rid of the evidence.
Finally, they climbed inside of an exisal to hide and waited with bated breath.
How are we able to stay in the exisal for long?
And here they are now in this trial, pretending to be Kokichi.
And how do you
They're trying to deceive
interpret it
Monokuma
as
in order to
Kokichi
defeat the
though?
true mastermind. And that's it. That's Kokichi's unidentified culprit trick.
My goodness. That's insane. Coming from Kokichi's plans and make Kaito as a
The
culprit.
culprit is in that exisal. It's you, isn't it? Kaito Momota, the ultimate astronaut.
Even though it's still blackened, he still cannot not show whether inside the exisal was actually Kaito. But we just have to see what turned out in the end. It's over then.
I'm right, aren't I? That's you in there, isn't it, Kaito?
Really? Is it really Kaito?
I must reluctantly agree with Shuichi's deduction.
Man! Shuichi sure loves his crazy deductions!
God dang it, Kaito, you still gotta actively pretend to Kokichi still.
You're still not gonna admit it?
Admit it, but it's wrong.
But logically speaking, his deduction tracks.
If it's really Kaito in there, he would have admitted it by now.
He would've.
Was Shuichi's reasoning wrong somehow?
No, he wouldn't. No, my detective work was flawless. It's the truth. I'm sure that Kaito is inside that exisal. So why is Kaito still fighting me? Is this about Monokuma? Or is there another aspect to this?
You claim everything is set, and that's it. You don't have any evidence, do you?
What evidence? Everything up to this point is all true. Like, what do you want from me? I did so hard. I worked so hard for everything to make this ready
You
in.
all think the body was switched when the hydraulic press stopped for a moment. But that's just speculation in the end. No evidence to back it up. So if we reverse our reverse way of thinking, then it's likely I didn't do anything, right? It's totally possible that the body switching never happened and Kaito is dead. Not just possible, it's the actual truth.
Well, it's true. There's no proof that the bodies were switched.
Oh boy.
No, we should trust Shuichi's deduction. I'm sure everything will be okay. This emotion I've learned, I believe you call it faith. That's what I feel right now.
Really?
That's right. We have to believe in Shuichi.
Well, I don't care either way. But if you guys get it wrong, you'll have to deal with Monokuma. What will the results of this voting time be? If Monokuma makes a mistake, he won't be able to execute anyone, right? Then it will be my victory. And that will ruin the entire killing game.
Ruin? I see. So that's your objective. What they're trying to do? Trying to keep, trying to mess up the killing game as well? You mean to ruin the killing game itself? That's why Kaido has been so stubborn all this time. But what does it mean by ruin exactly? Monokuma can do whatever he wants to the rules. How do you ruin something like that? What will be the point?
Come on, Monokuma. Start the voting already.
Yeah, I'm getting to it. Sheesh! Let's proceed with voting time, shall we? Sorry I fell short of your expectations, but I'm pretty sure I won't make any mistakes.
Yeah, even if that is, you just don't even remember. You just don't know. You don't know for
'Cause I
certain.
got the ultimate detective's airtight logic on my side.
Sure. Now I know the whole truth and why I believe in my own logic, and I believe in Kaito. From this point on, it's not about logic. It's about how far I'm willing to go. I believe in you, Kaito. Not as a detective, but as Shuichi Sahara.
Can I just say something? I'd like to have one last conversation before we vote.
Now? What's going on now?
One last conversation?
What are you trying to do?
There's more to talk about?
You see, before we vote, there's something I have to say. I just need you all to listen.
Are we doing it again? Are we seriously doing it again? It's just almost exactly the same thing in Danganronpa 2. Even though we did with closing argument, there's still more coming? Jeez.
All right, let's pin this down. Who is inside that exisal?
What's he trying to say?
Kaito, right?
That's what you said, isn't it?
Kokichi's the one who died. And the culprit is Kaito standing right there.
Isn't that correct?
Of course not! I would never die!
I trust Shuichi.
What's Shuichi trying to do exactly? Kaito is trying to ruin the game. That's why he's hiding the truth. I don't know exactly why, but he's putting his life on the line for it. I also know that Shuichi is put up here doing his conversation. So put my faith in him. This is the only way. Everything that we're determined up to now, what if I turn it all on its head? Yes, I need to lie. Oh, we have to lie? It's been a while I've done one of those. What is evidence I never used?
Who is inside that exisal?
Kokichi's experience.
Kaito, right?
And you only want 11, it's only what Monokuma says, so...
Kokichi's the one who...
Kaito sponsored.
I'll reveal the truth.
Yeah, I had a feeling. So, he had to fight lie with the lie.
Kokichi, I'm sorry. I just can't lie for you anymore.
What?
That off your trend, doesn't it?
What do you mean, lie?
Why did you say Kokichi? The one in the exisal is...
I'm so sorry, everyone. I've deceived you all.
Huh?
The truth is, after we found the crushed body, I saw Kokichi.
Ah, I see. So that's what you're trying to do, but why it's gotta help?
You saw Kokichi?
Yes. He threatened me, told me that if I didn't do what he said, he'd kill us all. He wanted me to lie about what I saw, so that the trial would be more interesting. But I can't do it anymore. I can't keep lying like this. I have to tell the truth. Kokichi isn't dead. He's alive.
Hold on! Why did you wait until now to mention this?
I'm so sorry, Kibo, but it's true.
Really? I really am sorry. But this is the only way. Kaito is trying to fool Monokuma, trying to ruin the class trial. But what will your point doing that? If Kaito risking his life to do this, then I'll stand by him. I believe in Kaito. I believe in what he's trying to do. He's not doing this to hurt us. I'm sure he's trying to save us all. If Monokuma wants to rely on my detective work, fine. I'll just lie.
Everyone, please, don't vote for Kaito. There's no doubt about it. Kokichi is in that exisal. He's the culprit.
Hey, Shuichi, I don't know what you're scheming, but as far as I'm concerned, you guys aren't extras at all.
Why make you think you were extras?
If you guys are wrong, you're gonna have to take your punishments like champs. Got it?
I'm not wrong. We can't vote for Kaito!
Stop it! That's enough!
Oh, you decide to stop then?
Huh?
It's over.
Oh, now we finally showed up.
If you guys get it wrong and Monokuma gets it right, then you'll all get punished. There's no way I can let that happen.
Oh, I knew you were back in here, but damn, this whole thing is just messing with my head.
So, it's fine. Let's end this.
And also means he's going to die as well. He became a blackened. And now he's back. For real.
Kaito!
So, it really was you?
My bad for tricking you guys. I'll explain everything. But before that, it's voting time. Alright, don't get it wrong. I'm definitely the culprit. You got it? I'm the one who killed Kokichi.
Kaito, no!
Aww.
It's just like you to figure it all out, Shuichi. You're really something else. So all you gotta do is believe in your reasoning. That's what detectives do.
If he's Feel bad for Shuichi. He's crying already.
Hey, Monokuma, let's hurry up and get this vote started.
Well said. Let's get this started then.
Well, we're doing
The
it.
heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless face off. It's voting time!
Oh man, not feel bad. Not feel bad for Shuichi though. I mean, I know the fact is they trying to protect Kaito, but we got to do this. That's the only way. What took a long time to pause?
It seems the voting has finished. Now then, let's see the result.
Everyone's voting for Kaito. The results. There you have it.
Who'll be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
There's no need for that. We already know the answers. I'm not sure why you keep saying it many times. Even you didn't know. Well, there you have it. Sadly, no Monaco's over here anymore. Because they're already dead. But I don't deserve this. I don't deserve all these coins already. It's over. It's finally over. Man, I got this many times, don't I? Well, what's my final score then? Well, at least made an A. That's one thing. Man, I was like barely so close with him game. It's like really confused at one point for like what that other one is exactly. But anyway, damn, that's been really hard, very heavy.
Well,
And that's it. It's finally over. After all this, it finally reached to the end. But now, I'm not sure how well I'm gonna handle this. I mean, after all the truth we made this far, now I wanna know what comes next after that. We're all getting close to get to chapter 6, meaning we're all getting close finishing at the end of this game. Oh my gosh. Now that's really something. I don't know what's been going on here anymore. But it's really scary though, but I guess that's how stuff goes. But anyway, we'll just see what happens next time. Let's see the final conclusion for chapter 5. Then right at that point, we're going straight to chapter 6, which is the final chapter we're gonna have. But we made it this far, I'm not sure how far we're gonna take. So, I guess that's all this. So, anyway, tap in my channel, Danganronpa Harmony. This video, hit the like button too. Light them up! Was the video, go subscribe. Until then, I'll see you guys next time.